Hi again, everyone. Talking about advanced listing optimization. There are little tricks that you can do that you're not necessarily told at the start. One thing that you should do every day is update your prices. Whether they're lower or higher, it doesn't matter. It seems to bump the algorithm, so it gets you listed higher. So do that every day. Make sure you know some about SEO. And if you don't know anything about that, SEO is search engine optimization. If you don't know anything about that, maybe hire someone to help you with your listing. But you want good keywords for your listing in your description and your title and all those things. I would start a blog and have your listings there. And again, use SEO for that. Use keywords about your area and, guest house in your area. Check on SEO. An easy way to check on SEO is to go to Google and start typing in words and see what pops up. When you type in a word, what comes up, that's what people are searching for. So you can use things like that. That's an easy way to do it. You can use more of Airbnb's features. Discounts help. Lately, listing your price, your full price, making it very clear, seems to help with your listing on the pages. So you have more chance of getting ranked on page 1 if you're very clear about your prices, if you don't add lots of extra things like cleaning and management fees and stuff. If you just have a straight price, it seems to help your ranking. Understanding your guest psychology, you're going to be dealing with thousands of different people if you do this for a long time. Some have mental disorders. I think at any given time, 1% of the population is insane or crazy to some extent. So you're going to be meeting some of those people. You're going to be dealing with them to the best of your ability. So you need to kind of recognize that and be very patient. But you're going to need to put your foot down if guests are being totally unreasonable. It doesn't happen often, but here and there you may need to politely tell them the way it is, That said, you also need in general to be aware of what your guests want and what they need, their preferences, and you want to tailor that to who comes to your guest house. Are they from certain countries? Are they a certain age group? What do they want? We get a lot of guests from China, a lot of guests from Asia. So we try to tailor what we have to them. To build an exceptional guest experience, you really need to go above and beyond with personal touches. Some hosts offer, chocolates or wine or things like that, condiments. We offer a little bit of that, but not much. It's a bit too time consuming. But what we try to offer is a unique space that's very clean and comfortable. So we try to win guests over just with that. And guests seem pretty happy. I've been a super host consistently for years now. So that's enough. Just, you can know from my experience that's enough. Just providing a very nice space that's kind of unique, different from a hotel. Airbnb guests, I think they want something different from a hotel. Otherwise, they just stay in a hotel. So they want something memorable, something different. If you can make your place unique in some way, that's a really good thing. And I encourage you to go on to Airbnb as a tourist and see what people are offering and see if you can offer something similar. One house, they have a bowling alley. I can't offer that. We used to have a giant chess set, but actually I'm going to be selling that because it's just too hard to set it up and take it down and all that stuff. But yeah, something unique. As I've mentioned in some of my videos, we have a Canadian house in Japan that came on a ship from Canada. So that's one of our big, unique selling points. So what can you do? What can you do that's unique and different from the other guest houses? And how can you sell that to people? How can you make it romantic for them? The automatic messaging makes it really, really easy for you to talk with guests. I prefer to do it by the messaging system. I don't want phone calls. I don't want people sort of interrupting my day, but I can check messages. And my rule is I check every time I log on. So every time I log on to any device, I check for guest messages. Handling difficult situations, so like a refrigerator breaks down or someone falls down the stairs, or what else can happen? I don't know, basically mostly it's things breaking during their stay. So I try to fix the situation as quickly as possible, and I have a staff and they help. So if I can do that, I do. I apologize profusely. I sometimes offer discounts on a future stay. I try not to offer a discount on the current stay unless they're from abroad and they're probably not coming back to Japan. So if they're probably never coming back to Japan, I might offer them half off or 20% off. So do something to make the guests feel a bit better and really try hard to fix the situation. Get a repair person in, or get to the store, get a new fridge in, whatever it needs to be. Get it done quickly. Let them know you're getting it done as quickly as you can. So about streamlining operations, I use line message with my staff. So we message each other back and forth. And my staff are all Japanese, so they prefer to write in Japanese. So I use DeepL Translate and ChatGPT for translating difficult messages. They all understand a little bit of English. Some of the messages are in English. Probably your staff will understand you, but if not, there are ways to have staff that English is not their first language. If it is yours, the Airbnb system's good. My staff are part of my team at Airbnb, so you can make your staff part of your team. I'm presuming you have a staff. I mean, you may not. Maybe it's just you. Maybe it's just you and your husband, or you and your wife, or maybe it's just you, and that's fine too. Then you don't need to listen to this part of the lecture. But there are different. I would check out some of the apps available to you for communication that will make your job a lot more smooth. For growing your business, there are different ways of doing it. We had some properties available, so we were able to quickly, when I say quickly, I mean over 2 years, open 2 guest houses and 3 units. We could open more. I'm just not sure. Right now, it's kind of a nice number for us, the way it's a good side hustle for me. I also teach at a couple of universities, so I'm not sure how busy I want to be with Airbnb along with doing that. But you can scale by partnering with someone. If you have a property management license for your country, you can manage other properties. So you could offer that as a service. I actually do have my Japanese property management license, and I've thought about expanding that way. I'm just not sure if I want to. I also do YouTube and I also do Udemy, as you can see. So I'm not sure exactly if I want to do that. There are ways of scaling it. So you can approach a landlord and ask them if you can rent for Airbnb and do Airbnb rental arbitrage. Again, I think you would have to approach a landlord that really wants a renter. I think most people aren't going to want Airbnb in their place. You're going to need to do your research on that. And again, not every place is suitable for Airbnb, so you need to make sure that it's a good place for you and your guests. Airbnb offers dynamic pricing tools. They tend to price too low, in my opinion, and seems like the opinion of a lot of other hosts. So I tend to do a lot of spying on other guest houses, see what they're charging. And we're a little bit out of the area, not very far out of the area, but we're kind of near a tourist area. So I price a little bit cheaper because of that. So I base it on what they're charging, which is a lot. And then I lower it a bit to get guests. It seems to work. Legal insurance, you're pretty well insured under Airbnb, but you may want to look into getting additional fire insurance or something like that. Maybe talk with an insurance rep about that and just see. But I haven't done. I've just got our regular house insurance, and then Airbnb covers you as well. So I don't really worry about that too much. Make sure you're legal. Find out what you need to do to be legal in your area. I don't do this so much. I kind of look at our occupancy, but you may want to use data analytics for optimization, utilizing data insights to improve guest satisfaction and revenue. So metrics to track for better decision making. I don't know how to do that, but I'm sure there's software that you could use for that. I don't bother. If occupancy is down, I sort of look at what we're doing. Can I tweak some things? And if I tend to look at earnings. So if we're earning a lot, then things are going well. If we're not earning, is it because it's winter time and it's February and it's cold and few people are traveling, or what? Is there something we could do? And so I look at that. I tend to look a lot at the physical things. Does this need painting? Does that need cleaning? Has that gotten old? Maybe if you have 10 or 30 units, maybe using data, maybe you have to use data. But I've got 3 units and 2 guest houses, so it's pretty easy just to eyeball things and see how things are going. You may want to try to be eco-friendly. We recycle quite a lot. Well, I would say a lot. Our city's quite strict on it, so we abide by that. It's hard to do everything. It's hard to get every guest on board, especially if they're from a country that doesn't recycle so much. The world's changing, but still there are a lot of countries that don't do much recycling, or in their particular area they don't. So we try to teach guests about what we expect, what we do. We want to be a good community member, so we try to recycle and respect the environment. We get a lot of return guests, and I think it's they like our style, they like what we offer, so I'm pretty happy about that. After you do this for a while, you should be getting return guests. If you aren't, after 2 or 3 years, if you aren't getting return guests, you may need to look at that. Again, I think all this stuff is so related. If you're earning money, you're doing something right. If you're not earning money, either it's not the right time, it's winter time and it's cold and people aren't traveling, or you need to look at what you're doing and figure that out. You probably should budget for your business. I put a lot of money back into the business, and you may want to budget for that. How much profit do you want, and how much should go back to the business? I'm more casual about it, I have to admit, and it's just something. Recently, my assistant manager said the washing machine in one unit is 19 years old. I think it is. So we need a new washing machine. So I said, good, go, get an estimate, tell me how much it is, and go do it. So when things need doing, I spend. And still we're making money. So I don't worry about it so much, but you may want to, and I think it's a great idea. So yeah, you may want to figure out that. You may want to talk to an accountant to maximize your tax situation and all that. Japan's very good for entrepreneurs in a lot of ways, not in all ways, but in terms of writing things off, it's really, really good. So yeah, I would really learn about that for your area. Please, ask me questions at Udemy or at YouTube or at Facebook, and I'm willing to answer questions and give you my advice. So please use me. Thank you for watching this.